Hi, my name is Dr. Milner. I will be your instructor online this semester for STA 2023, and I'd like to give you a very quick overview of your class before you get started. I am looking at your Blackboard developmental shell, so you would first go into Blackboard, of course, and get logged into your class, and then you would see all of the important links I've tried to provide for you over here in what we call the blue toolbar on the far left side. I'm going to ask you to start right here at the Start Here folder. We're going to click on that one and just go through briefly what you'll need to do. Of course, it does give you kind of a list of things that tell you what we're going to happen here. First, simple syllabus. And you can click on most of these links from here in the Start Here folder, or you could go back over and find many of the same links in the blue toolbar. If you want to access them later, that might be easier. When we click on simple syllabus, it gives you the syllabus of the class, which is going to give you some important information about the type of calculator that you can use in this class, what the course description is. You might want to go down and click on the grades and grading scale, for example. It tells you that you're going to have guided notes to submit. You'll have videos to watch. That's worth 5% of your grade. Your homework, your quiz is 10% each. And then you'll see that the most important thing, of course, is going to be your test, and your tests are going to count the most. So you'll go through there and take a look at your syllabus to make sure you understand everything. I'm going to go back here, see if I can get back into your class, and click on the link to the class is the best way to take me back. Now, it took me out of Start Here, so let me go back into the Start Here folder and click on the next thing that I think is very important for you, and it's the schedule of activities. This one is one that you probably want to print. You're going to have a notebook that you're going to be putting together for this class, and you're going to want to print this and have it as the first page. I've tried to do it in a calendar format. It's really just one page. It has all of the blocks and things you're going to be working on. The most important thing I can tell you as you get started is to look ahead. This is only a 6-week course. It's going to move entirely too fast for all of us. I'm going to try and open it for you a little bit early, so you may find yourself ahead of some of these due dates. Well, that's great, because at the end of the semester, you don't want to be coming down to having that last test due and you don't have time to take it. So work ahead if you can. Do notice that May the 14th is the last day you can drop this class, which means it goes off your record and no payment is required for it. Everything is, just goes away like you never even signed up. So that's a good date to keep in mind. But let's look at what we're going to be doing, and I'll just walk you through the stuff that's going to be required for each test. There are 4 tests, there are 4 modules, and each module covers 2 chapters. So first, for example, you're going to get started really fast because this first test is considered the easiest one. Not that any of them are really considered easy, but okay. And this is Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. You do have guided notes to fill in, lots of pages there, lots of work, lots of good information for study. So you're creating a study guide for yourself, and you're working problems along with these guided notes. And as you do that, along with the videos that you watch, which are my videos, then you're going to be providing yourself a workbook and a textbook that you can study for these tests. So just a word to the wise, students who have followed exactly what I have laid out for them, most of the time, like 95% of them do very well in this class. When they do try, students that try to make adjustments, I don't really need the guided notes, I can do this on my own, I'm just going to go straight to the homework and see if I can't work it without looking at any of the videos, they don't do so well. So I would strongly recommend that you follow this exactly, and it's laid out for you so that it can take you through the class, you can learn the material, and you will be very well prepared for those tests that count for 75% of your grade. So you'll do, for example, Chapter 1 video, filling in the guided notes as you go, and then you'll be able to go into the assessment and fill out the homework, work the homework problems for Chapter 1, which are online. And then you'll go and do Chapter 2. In this particular case, we've crunched this together really fast because, as I said, it's the easiest one. And since we have 4 tests in a 6-week class, you're going to have a test almost every week. But then you do the same thing with Chapter 2. And with Chapter 2, we have what's called a worksheet video also. So there's going to be a worksheet that's in part of your guided notes. You'll fill out the worksheet. It basically walks you through a lot of the more difficult homework problems so that you've seen all of those problems before you get into the homework section. After that, you're going to have worked the homework. You're ready for Quiz 1. then you're ready for test 1. I would strongly recommend the review that's in there. And there are some other reviews that I'll show you in a minute of. You can watch some other video reviews. And then notice that as you do the test, you're also going to submit your guided notes. You will scan them and submit them as a single document, one PDF document. And I have some helps there to help you do that. When you take test 3, it's only open, and they're all honor lock tests, so you're going to have to work through honor lock to take the test, but they have a limited time frame on them, so really they're just open for 3 days. They do have a very firm due date. In fact, all of these due dates that you're going to see are very firm. I'm not going to open anything late. I'm not going to extend deadlines. What I will do for tests that if you have to have a test extended, is I will deduct 25%. In other words, the highest grade that you can make on a test that has to extend past the due date is 75% instead of 100%. Homework, I'm not worried too much about you missing a homework because I do drop one, and a quiz, I drop one of those too, but we do not drop test grades. So be very careful as you go through. You want to make sure you get every assignment done on time so that you have the highest possible grade. That's the best way to get through this class and do well. We do have other deadlines in here that are put in here. Last date to withdraw from the class, last days to submit all work and test 4, and the summer A semester does end on June 19th. It's when you lose access to Blackboard completely in the class, so it all has to be done before June 19th. Okay, that takes you through a little bit of that schedule of activities. Let's pop back in here to the Start Here folder again. And the next thing you'll see is the instructor information. That just gives you a little bit of information about me. It tells you where my office is. And it tells you also, excuse me, when I have virtual office hours. I mean, I have face-to-face office hours here on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 to 10:30 in my office at the Pruitt campus. But then I'll have virtual. I'll be sitting at my computer online, and you'll go to this link right over here. See on the blue toolbar, it says Dr. Milner's virtual office hours. Click on that. It'll take you straight into Blackboard Collaborate, and you'll need a microphone and your camera working, and we'll be able to work that way. I have a document camera, so if you want to see problems worked, I can work them and show you and walk you through the solutions to problems that way. But that's from 6 to 7:30 on Tuesday night, and on Sunday night is when I will be there. Other times are available through course messaging, which is right here above virtual office hours. Course messaging, not email. I have multiple STA 2023 online classes. It's difficult for me to figure out which one you're in unless you send me the course message, and then it tells me everything, your name, your class. I can get straight to your grade book. So that's how we'll communicate, is through course messages this semester. Now I'm going to hit back on this Start Here and go back through that folder and make sure I've covered everything. Student introduction. This is just going to be a few sentences. It says 2 or 3 paragraphs, really 2 or 3, whatever, a paragraph. 1 paragraph is fine. Tell me a little bit about yourself, why you're taking the course, what you want to achieve, and read each other's intros so that you might find somebody that you want to study with. You can go into virtual office hours, my virtual office hours link over here. You can go into it any time of the day or night. It's always open. And you can work with other students if you want to. If you find somebody that you want to just partner up with, you can meet as that and use that as a working classroom. Other things that might help you are listed here too: Blackboard help, IRSC help, and then there's something called the Start Here quiz. Now this opens the content to the class. Go ahead and take it. It's not hard, and you will have your class content open to you as soon as you successfully take that Start Here quiz. Once you've finished that, I would suggest that you go over to this area that says coursework. Of course, your student introduction should already be done. You did it during Start Here. It gives you some documents, the formula sheet, the tables, and the notes. Let's look and see what that looks like. These are allowed for you to use: the formula sheet, binomial table, the standard normal table, and the student's t-distribution table. This is going to be allowed for you to use some of these on each of your tests. The guided notes, this is a complete set of them. They're very long, and you might want to pick up an already printed set. I've printed some and left them in my office. You should have gotten an email from me about that shows you how to get to those guided notes if you want to go by and pick them up. They're open anytime the college is open. You should be able to get to that office. Those, as soon as they're gone, they're gone. I don't have enough for everybody, but you can definitely go pick them up. There's a lot of notes to print otherwise, okay? So I would do that if you think you're going to have trouble printing. If you want to use a laptop, or if you want to use virtual, and some way that you have a way that you can fill in those guided notes and then you can save them, that's fine too. I just find that students do better when they're working these problems usually with the printed guided notes. So you do whatever is best for you, that's fine. So anyway, our formula sheets and all are here, but where we're really going to go is straight to Module 1. When you get started, just go over to coursework. After start here, go to Module 1. Now let's take a look at, like I said, there's 4 modules. This module, scrolling down, the important parts. Module 1, Study Activities Milner. This is where you're going to find the instruction for your class. I've taken the guided notes and I've put them, instead of one 200-something page document, I've split them out so that you can print them one section at a time. You can print the Chapter 1 guided notes, and then you would take it and use those to watch the video lecture and fill in those guided notes, working the problems along with the notes. And then you're going to have something called a Chapter 1 worksheet, and there is a video that goes along with that worksheet as well. That might not be on your schedule activities, but you're going to want to do that. There's some pages to help you for the on your own activities are in here. And then you go to Chapter 2, do those guided notes, and going along with this lecture, the worksheet is there, the video that goes along with that lecture is there, and any on your own activities that you should try on your own first. Then there's a set of review questions, which I would definitely answer those, work on that review before you take the test. And I have done, there's the Chapter 2 worksheet video for you. Yeah, that's the one you're going to use, not the one that's up here that's I'm showing you that's really hidden. Okay, so the worksheet video is there. Now you've done all of the instruction, you've gone through Chapter 1, you've gone through Chapter 2, and what's next? Well, let's scroll up and let's go back into Module 1. I'm just going to click on this little breadcrumb up here at the top that says Module 1 and take me back where I was, or you could use the back arrow if you wanted. And this one says, after I've done the instruction, maybe you did Chapter 1 and you think you're ready to do homework for Chapter 1. You can skip over optional unless you just really want to do extra study on a topic. That's optional study materials. There's a lot of really good stuff in there, but you can skip it. And let's go to Module 1, Assessments. Assessment sounds like a test, but not all assessments are tests. There are homework and quizzes and submitting your guided notes as a grade, okay? So anything that's graded is in assessments. The first thing you will want to do, first thing off, even if you don't answer any questions, is click on one of these links, because it will set up your account in My Open Math. And as you can see, it's taken me straight in, and it's saying I can just do my homework. I'm going to resume it, and it should take me to the first question, and that question is just multiple choice, and I would answer it and I would submit it. Be sure you hit submit. If you don't hit submit, you just scroll through these questions, it'll be like you never did it. So be sure you hit submit with these. You don't have to do it all at one sitting. You can stop, come back and finish later. I'm going to go back now into Module 1 Assessments now that we've done that part. And that was homework part 1, Chapter 1 part 1, and Chapter 1 part 2. Let's say I did that, and then I went and watched the Chapter 2 video for Chapter 2, and I did the worksheet video, and then I go and do Chapter 2 homework. When I'm done with that, I'm ready for the quiz. Quizzes can be attempted 3 times, and you can take it as many times as you want. Your highest score is the one that'll be saved. And then the test. The test that you take has to be done in honor lock. Special instructions to come for that, but that's kind of where the test is sitting, is inside assessments. And make sure that when you do the test, you also submit the guided notes. You can do it before the test or after the test, but I will grade those guided notes when I am grading your honor lock test videos, okay? Now, a word about the guided notes. It says you're going to scan the note pages. There are a lot of them. You're going to want to scan them and submit it as a single, one PDF file, not 45 different files. How do you do this? Well, the best way is an app on your phone called Genius Scan or Tiny Scanner. These don't cost you anything. You can see a video of how to do it here. That's what I would advise, unless you have a scanner that you already like to use, and you can save things as a single PDF. Then you send it, email it to yourself, go onto your computer and save it, and then go in here and click on Guided Notes Module 1. Now this Guided Notes Module 1 takes you into how to submit the file, create your submission, uploading the file, any comments you want to add. I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to do a submission. And that basically is what each of your assessments in your modules is going to look like. Now I'm going to go back into Module 1, and we covered the study activities Milner, the optional study material, the assessments, and then it tells you what's your next step, and you can go straight from here to Module 2 if you want. Most of the time I find that it's easier just to click over here on the blue toolbar, Module 2, and I go same thing, basically same process for each of the modules. When you finish them, you'll take the test. Now, can you take the test early if you're ready? You do have to notify me about that, but yes, you can take the test early if you're ready. Can you take the test late? Not without a deduction of points, and it's going to be a 25% deduction of points. So try to take these tests on time. Now, what about testing? Well, there's some ASC test reviews that I put out here for you. Really, you can go in anytime and watch a recorded test review, one test review. I think I've got all 4 of them out here ready for you to go. The ASC sometimes does new ones, and I'll try to load those for you, but these would be good resources for you. And then I put something special for you if you're new to HonorLock. Even if you're not new to HonorLock, you might be new to what's called a third-party testing, which this is third-party testing. So how do I do it? Well, it's got a lot of information. You can print this if you want to. There's some videos out here how to watch. I would watch them. But what you do is make sure you're using Chrome, log into Blackboard, and then you'll find the HonorLock testing link in the blue toolbar. What you're really looking for is your HonorLock testing link. It's going to be over here under HonorLock Remote Testing, and you'll click on the test, and it's going to run you through a process where you'll show your room, you'll show your desktop, you'll show your photo ID. And then you'll get to the part where you're going to, say, click over into our test, actual test. You'll be having 2 windows at that time. The instructions are pretty clear. If you don't understand these instructions, let me know. And it's going to actually insert the password for you. When you get to that place, when you open the test and it says, what's the password? And you go to, you click on that password button, go back to the other window, and the password will be inserted for you. Now that's the steps, the 7 steps. How do I make it easier? Well, look at this video. It'll go through it and show it to you. There's some resources to help you. We've got IRSC testing, the Assessment Center, IRSC testing. You can email them at IRSC IRSC testing is going to be their link or their email address, and you should be able to email them anytime during the day. That's of course going to be Monday through Thursday because we are closed on Friday. The college will be completely shut down. If you need more help though, be sure you start early and ask for it, okay? Don't be late and then say, but HonorLock gave me too much trouble, I couldn't get into the test, and I was trying at the last day, at the very last minute, because then you will be deducted points from your test, okay? Now, let's see if we can look at anything else here. Your grades, of course, and are right there for course performance. I've given you a textbook, which is absolutely not necessary because I've given you everything you need. This is something like a 500, 600-page textbook. I've given you the condensed version. Everything you need is in the guided notes. There's some extra lectures that are out there on YouTube. I would not search for them. I've given them to you here. They're good. The ones I've picked here do pertain to what we're doing. They're done by some of our professors, and it's better than going and doing a YouTube search for how to do certain things. And sometimes it doesn't show you exactly what you need as far as what our course does. Let's see. Let me take you back to the top, and I want to look at one more thing, and that is going to be, what do my guided notes look like? I'm going to take you into Module 1 to do that. And study activities. And I'm just going to open Chapter 1 Guided Notes. Now, Guided notes, if you print them in color, it's fine, but if you don't, it doesn't matter. Chapter 1, as you can see, is going to have a lot of definitions and a lot of things for you to fill in as you go through it. You're going to feel like you're doing a lot of vocabulary in STAT. And that's really going to be mostly in Chapter 1. So Chapter 1, a lot of definitions. I would recommend flashcards. I'm going to say a lot of this as I go through the video, so you will see all of these pages on your videos. You're also going to see problems that we're going to work together. So you should know how to work the problems after you view the videos. If you run into trouble, you can send me a course message. And if you have a homework problem, you can send it to me in a course message and say, I'm in Chapter 1 homework and I've got problem number 15. I don't know how to work it. Or better than that, send me what you have done with it. Because if you say I don't know how to work it, I'm going to say go to Chapter 1 guided notes and I'll tell you the page number, and make sure you've looked at that and get back to me. So make sure you have done these guided notes before you try to work any of the homework, so that you have some really good examples to go back to. It does walk you through, like I said, a lot of vocabulary here, but it walks you through some very technically statistical problems that you might have trouble working without it. There are some what we call on your own activities in these guided notes. And these, I've put some check sheets out there so you can sort of check yourself. But try this on your own, because you'll be basically looking at something that could be very much like a test question, and you'll know whether or not you're ready. You got the information you needed. Okay, here's another one that's on your own activity. Right, I think I have walked you through that completely. I want to take you into course messages real quick. Because in course messages, it's a little different from regular Gmail. You have to go and say create message. And then you have to click on the recipients to box. And then you're going to want to find my name. This is everyone in our class. And you're going to want to find the one that says faculty. When you've highlighted my name, you click the arrow to bring it over into the recipients box. And after that, it works just like any other email. You type in a subject, you type in your message, and you hit submit. What happens after that is I will send you a reply, and it will be in your inbox. So you'll have messages you sent and messages you have received. I'll try to get back to you. Really, I try to check these a couple of times a day. So you shouldn't have too much trouble with course messages. That's how we're going to communicate this semester. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing you, and I hope to meet some of you or all of you in the virtual office hours. We're going to click here on this link. And let me just show you what that will look like. When you come in, you're going to want to type in your complete name. I'm just going to put my last name. You're going to want your complete name there so I can tell who you are. And then it asks which microphone you're using, and you can check out your microphone. That one's working, audio's working. And it's going to ask if the webcam is working, and my webcam is in use right now, so I'm just going to say video is working. And it really takes you into this classroom setting here, okay? Now, once you're in this virtual classroom, you're not going to be doing any recording of it. Once you're in this virtual classroom, you'll see who's in here with you. There's the control for the audio and the video right down there with you. Over here on the far right, I can open up the panel that lets me look and do chat, tells me who's in the class with me, and allows me to share content. Here's my sharing of content. I can share a blank whiteboard where I can actually sit and work. So I can type and work all I want to in this whiteboard with a colleague if I want to. Then I can also, like share files or whatever I want to do. Most of the time I find sharing the whiteboard is what students really want to do. Now I'm going to go look into settings here. Let me get out of these things. You can also check if you want to and raise your hand if somebody's in here with you, and see what you can do there. And then the only other thing that you will have that you really need to know here is right over here in the corner. I've got the open session menu up here. Open it, and that's where it says leave the session. It's the way you can leave it without closing the entire window. It wants you to rate it, but you don't have to. And that just took me out of that Blackboard session. And now I'm just going to go back. I'm using the back arrow to get out of there, which you could do also as you're in that, and it will take you right out. Okay, I think I've taken you through just about everything. I'm looking forward to meeting you. As I said, please do keep in mind that the deadlines you need to pay attention to are in the schedule of activities, not necessarily the ones you're going to see in My Open Lab. I've tried to give you some leeway in those a little bit, but you're going to be wanting those schedule of activity deadlines to stay on top of it. Stay with that schedule. If you run into any trouble, send me a course message, and I look forward to seeing you online.